Agenda rights assemble. What's happening? What's happening? What is happening? Yabba, how you doing, my man?
I'm great, thank you. We were saying backstage about the best remedy for flu. Anyone in the comments can give us the best remedy to wipe out flu once and for all. We were trying to get some new ingredient, secret ingredient from Canny, but couldn't pronounce it. So he's going to write it down. But for me, it's always I boil up ginger with lemon and honey.
Yeah.
Just standard and drink it most days, and I tend to be all right. Flu. Yeah, there you go. Tyrone's saying there, ginger tea and lemon. Yeah, it's not just don't just do it when it's winter. Do it all year round, and guarantee you
all year round. Yeah.
all year round.
But I found this. It's called Star of. It's a spice. It's supposed to be a spice. It's and it's very very aromatic and it's as the show goes, I'll remember, and then I will give you the right name for it. My God.
Big up Dan from Turf House Moore as well. He's watching live from TikTok. We're just doing a TikTok live as well, guys. Hopefully, you guys from TikTok will come over to the Man United Agenda on YouTube as well. Big up to Daniel Turf Morehouse. That's a Burnley fan. He's been on the show before, so enough respect to you.
All right. Well, look, let's start the show off as it is a preview show. We'll get a couple of comments going, but it's great to see Nuno's Foxy Forest competing for top four. Forest is a club with some history, and Nuno's the best Portuguese manager in the Premier League. However, they splashed the cash like few others. Oh God, what did you get today? A 1-1 draw?
Yeah.
Are you happy with that draw, Bill? Are you happy with that draw, Bart? Bilal, big up, man. I hope you're doing well. Waffle, who's gonna win? We'll discuss that in a bit. Just a little remedy for you, Canny. Ginger tea and lemon. Yeah. He's also saying merengue will get rid of it as well.
Okay.
Okay, we deserve better. Is in and out, and yeah, we'll clear your guts, right? So
yeah,
obviously there's been one or two little bits of news today regarding players still not leaving after 14 days of the window. There's still the Rashford rumors. There seems to be a meeting tomorrow planned with his brother at Old Trafford, so maybe he's gonna maybe highlight what he wants, what Rashford wants in the AC Milan deal to see if they can get that over the line. Obviously, Napoli have got rid of their guy beginning with K. I'm not going to try and pronounce
that gone through.
Well, it sounds like to PSG, yeah. So they've got money burning a hole in their pocket. So, it sounds like it's an agent-led. By all accounts, it's not a club-led thing. It sounds like it's his agent trying to sell his backside here, there, and everywhere. Obviously, I have no idea what Garnacho's on wages-wise, but I assume he's looking for a pay rise at some stage. So, I said my opinion was let him go. It doesn't look like unless they come in with a ridiculous offer, and the quote I was hearing was 80 million euros, 80 million pounds. So, I don't think Garnacho will be going anywhere, especially not now. Maybe in the summer. But look, we've spoken about this already. But Canny, what's your thoughts on Garnacho and this Napoli rumor?
I'm totally against it. I'm really worried about it. I'm not supporting it. I think it's going to be a risk. Garnacho is he's looking like he's getting into Amiram's, is buying into what Amiram is trying to teach here, and for us to just sell him for 60 and then hope somebody will come and do what Garnacho has sort of like learned. Garnacho is too young. I think if we keep him for another 2 seasons, it would be beneficial for the club rather than making. I think this is more Ineos rather than Amiram's decision. I think they're the ones desperate for money. It's more of a cash grab for me, and I don't like it. I don't even think when have we ever sold somebody who's on peak at that age. It's not making sense for us to go and buy somebody who will gamble on, because whoever we buy, we don't know how they will fare in the Premier League. So I'm totally against the sale for Garnacho, unless if they're giving us 80.
Oh, right. So you're not. So you're not
Don't
against.
really against it unless
So you're not against
money.
the sale. It's just the money. It's just the money. Yeah.
Well, wait, can you start off saying he didn't
80,
want the money? We should be
north
selling
of
people.
80.
Okay, north of 80.
North of
And I wish
80.
you on yesterday because Bath Time was making a strong argument as to why we should sell Garnacho, and I disagreed with him. But it's he kind of turned it like he does. He likes to turn people's heads and give them a different opinion. But I don't agree with that. I don't think we should be. Your first statement saying that Garnacho, we shouldn't be selling off our young talents no matter what, that stands for me. And I'm not going to end my waffle by saying for 80 million, though, I'll take him. I stand by it. We should not sell Garnacho at all, regardless of the circumstances. We need to keep our best young players. And what message does that send out? That we don't value players, we work them up, we bring them in, we develop them, and then just dash them off for money. That's not our style. So I'm with you on that one. Well, the first half of your comments.
Mitesh is just saying Garnacho for 50 million is good business. However, we need to start looking for better players overseas. He'll take the 50 million. I said, you know what figure I'm looking to take, and it's not that much.
No.
And V saying, I'll lose it if Garnacho gets sold. I mean, look, that's not going to say that the base is the fan base is split on this, but there's a lot of people who want Garnacho to stay and think he's the second coming of Cristiano Ronaldo. Me personally, I said I'll be more than happy to see him go. Other transfer business. Obviously, Mawani's now gone to. Looks like he's going to go Juve, so that deal's not happening. Cammy, do you feel that we are actually going to get anybody? Guys in the chat, do you think we're actually going to get anybody this transfer window? I'm beginning to think we're not going to get anybody.
I saw Collier come on in, unless if we manage to let go of one of these. The one likely is Rashford and Casemiro. If we can get those two out, I think we can sneak in a quick buy, because I know for sure these guys Enyos have players on a list that are more than willingly that we can bring in quick. But what we need is money, so we need to at least let go of Rashford. But who's going to pay Rashford a transfer fee and his wages? So there's a slight chance Rashford might just go on loan or even stay and
stay and do what? Sorry, stay and do what? What's he going to stay and do? He ain't been picked for 6 weeks. He's been training on his own. Why is he going to stay?
But we also need to look at the reason he's not been picked. Also, partly because we are in the transfer market. Also, has that pushes the coach not to play him. What if we injure him when we're trying to offload him?
He's been shit. Can he?
No, what I'm not saying.
You're going to sit here and defend Rashford, innit?
I'm not defending Rashford. What I'm saying is this. I'm defending other players that see what we see, that he's been shit. So no one is going to pay 300 plus is a transfer market. So everybody's cautious when dealing with Rashford. So if AC Milan say we're not going to, we'll look at it in the summer, we're stuck with Rashford. Clearly, Dortmund can't afford him. Even on loan,
he's going to have to go. He's gonna have to go. He will have to go, because there's no way that after what he said he can stay. His brother's been flying all over, picking up ear miles, trying to sell him, and then because he can't get sold, or AC Milan don't want him, he's got to come back with his tail between his legs. Nah. I wouldn't even put him in reserves. I'll just make him trade in a corner on his own at Carrington until the summer comes. I'm sorry, man.
I agree. I mean, but the reality is that he's on too much money, and the current market, no team can actually afford to pay Rashford unless he was young, like Musiala and those kind of young prospects. any team can gamble on that. But Rashford, at the age he's at, and with that salary, it's a huge gamble. That's why I think AC Milan would rather say you pay partly, maybe we're going to pay 70% of his, and then they take him on loan, maybe with an option to buy depending on how he performs in the league.
You know what? One thing is clear about the Rashford situation. Obviously, they're saying he's on sick leave, whatever, he's unwell, and he needs a sick note. But that's not the case. We want to sell him. That's why even before the transfer window opened, he was parked up and getting ready, put himself bubble wrap to be ready for a move. And obviously, they're working behind the scenes. It seems that way. No one can deny that Man United are willing to offload him. And the work's been done to find a suitable club for him. Now, like you said, Cammy, suitable club, that comes with expense, doesn't it? Because you need a club that's going to be able to sort of manage the Rashford brand, the wages and everything that comes with it. And if it's a loan signing, still the wages comes into question. And if it's a signing as in cash in January for a player like Rashford, someone's going to have to come up with some sort of dough. I don't know what's reasonable for Rashford at this stage of his career, but I'd say 30 million north. In your terms, Cammy, I'd say something around that region would be a good deal for Rashford at this stage. But as Mr. B was saying there, I don't think, because Rashford's been left parked on the sidelines, I don't think if he's not sold by the end of the window, I don't see any way for him to come back in. That's just undermining us. It undermines him and the fan base as well. They've got to do whatever it takes within the next 14 days or whatever it is, 15, 16 days, to get Rashford out of the club, whether by loans or by a move. But by any means necessary, big up Malcolm X, that man needs to leave right now.
All right, well, this is... He's stolen my thunder. Jal Malmin. Rashford is in a possible selling object. Also, this is the part. The Milan deal with RB Leipzig has fallen through. You know, they were taking who was the player they were taking? They were taking a player, and he's failed the medical. So Rashford's now going to be stuck in limbo again. He might be right, can he?
Ooh.
He may well be staying and sitting in reserves. But me personally, there's been a lot of interest shown in him. I think they'll still run him out the door. He'll just have to choose somebody else.
Because the way it's looking, Napoli seems to rather have more interest in Garnacho because they want to rewrite that Maradona, another Argentine, and he's young. They're more interested in that. So it's not really what they want, Rashford. They feel as if it's a risk. They'd rather spend money on Garnacho. And I don't think we will offload Garnacho now in January. So that leaves Dortmund. Barcelona won't get him. There's no money in Spain. Juventus seems to have Juventus have gotten Moana now. That's out of the question. So it's
who
Dortmund.
They got? Who did Juve get?
They got
Moani.
You're joking.
No.
Wow. I'm not.
So that's out of the Moani deal for Manchester.
Was that a signing or a loan deal?
Loan deal.
Loan deal.
Okay. Smart business. It's good.
Yeah. So that leaves Borussia Dortmund. And Dortmund are not going to pay half
75,
50,
yeah.
Something, half of it to him. They won't pay that amount on loan. So unless if he goes Saudi, and double his pay in Saudi Arabia, I think we have to be prepared to see Rashford training at Carrington come
train, not play.
Yeah, the train. Would you rather we ice him out?
Yes.
Or yeah?
Yeah.
Sure you would.
Yeah. Ice him out, leave him. Leave him in the cold, bro. Let him sit down in his car with his heater on. I'm not interested. He don't want to play for the club. He doesn't want to play for the club.
Are you sure? Hold on, Mr. B. Are you sure that the club have not said we don't want you to play for us? I don't think he doesn't want to play for us. I think he's heard something that we want to get rid of him, and that's why he's.
That's why he opened his mouth. That's why he opened his mouth. He said what he said. Yeah. All right, but how much other players have been sold? How much other players have been promised something and then it doesn't happen? Do you hear them giving interviews? Do you hear them giving interviews saying that they want to leave the club that are paying them their wages every week?
The thing is, it wasn't even a cryptic interview, was it? He was quite direct about.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's where I think the disrespect comes. But I feel that he thinks he was he had a status at Man United at some point, and that's sort of gone down. His stock has sort of gone downhill, and I think that upsets him, and that's why he was able to say things like that, which is kind of a disrespect. You're upset. You're there crossing your arms, vexed with the man because you backed him. You backed him, Mr. B, and we all did. We all backed him because we thought he's a talent, but it hasn't quite worked out. And like I said, I don't think there's any way back from this. From time we're saying, look, we want you out the door. I can't recall many other players. Wasn't Rooney supposed to leave at some point, and then we accepted him back? Is that true? Was that Cammy?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to go to Chelsea at some point? He put us. Yeah.
But we accepted him back.
I think it was Chelsea. Yeah. When he wanted more wages, and we accepted him back.
Too far. I think it's gone too far for Rashford.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's gone too far for him.
I still feel as though, Amiron might surprise you. He might have that forgiving heart, and put Rashford on.
What like his middle name is Jesus? No chance, can he? No chance, can he, man? No chance. Well, look, guys.
I really want to see him. I really want to see him leave and just, go somewhere else and be, and achieve his dreams. But it's looking really, really bleak at the moment in January for him to leave. There is no team that can that will accept him, and his brother has not been conducting himself in a very professional manner here, even in some of the negotiations around. So I think there are other teams are also skeptical of the behavior a bit. They're like, do we really want to get into this? This looks like a mess in the making, like, are we sure? So he's behaved really, really badly to a point whereby it's the Rashford I knew when I saw him come, the humble kid, to this. I didn't expect that such a twist, like I really didn't. Clearly, they say if you think money doesn't change you, then you've never had money. The saying is very true.
So says Cammy, the man who says, no, we shouldn't sell our young talents, but we take 8 million.
No, 80 million and 1 pence. We know. Look, guys, obviously we've had 2 good performances. Brilliant performance against Liverpool, great result, and against Arsenal. We've now got Southampton. Even after the game, Bruno came out straight away and said, yes, we can raise it for the big boys. We now have to raise it for the minnows.
Yeah.
We've got them when? Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
I'll be honest, I'm expecting a win. This is the most confident I've been of any game of the season. It is definitely to do with the 2 performances that we have had, and the fact that Southampton, I don't think they've won in 11, or they've lost. I don't think they've lost. They probably haven't lost all 11, but they haven't won in 11. So they're there for the taking. At home, Old Trafford, we need to start turning it into a fortress again. All right, if we beat Southampton, it doesn't mean that it's a fortress, but we need to start moving up the table. I mean, even with a win, it's not really going to make too much difference, because we're probably still going to be in 14th with West Ham winning today. So it makes things difficult. The teams behind us, let them keep cutting their throat. As I said, I know what position I think we're going to play. Our only salvation is when we win the Europa League. And Andrew is actually going to be celebrating because we're going to be in Champions League at the moment. There's a lot of negativity coming from his side of it. But look, we'll see. Thoughts on the game, Cammy?
I'm positive. I'm very positive as well. Like, these have been 2 very good performances from us. The Liverpool performance felt like a win, even though we drew. For me, I'll take that. Uh, the Arsenal win, oof, has made my week. I can't stop trolling everybody. I'm just, I can't stop. They hate me in my family group chat. There are a lot of them Arsenal fans. So I'm going into this game confident, not because of, not alone based on the performances, because I've seen this. I've been here before. I remember this kind of trauma. I know this team. You know, I've gone through times where I'm like confident, like now we're back with it, and then boom, what a performance, lackluster performance. Like I don't even know what happened there. No one seems to care. No one gave it all. But for this one, I think with you, Mr. B, more because of what Bruno and what the coach, I think it has been drilled into these players to keep the same momentum. Like one victory is not just, that's not it. As soon as you win, yeah, celebrate that night. When you sleep, you wake up in the morning, it's a different journey. We go again. And that's how come you build momentum. And once momentum builds up, I think Amiram has finally found a way to try and open these guys' eyes to see what it really takes to be like on top and to maintain a position in the league with consistent performance, positive performances. So based on what I've heard and what I saw from the past two games, I am confident that we will definitely come out with a victory.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's really interesting this game, isn't it? Because we've come from playing Liverpool, playing Arsenal. Didn't get a win, by the way, but we feel good out of those results, don't we? From where we're coming from. So there's obviously been a transition, a change in our attitude, the way we're playing. What we got out of the Liverpool performance was the desire, the courage, the battles, the winning the duels, the physicality. This is what sets you apart from other teams. This is what puts you on equal playing field, and then you can go play for talent. The first thing you have to do is have all those attributes when you come to a football match and compete. We haven't been doing that for a long time, and to see that, it's remarkable for the last two games against big clubs like Liverpool and Arsenal, to see those sort of attributes and characteristics for us. We're surprised. We're like, wow, what's going on here? Look at that. 10 men against Arsenal. We hold on for 60 minutes plus extra time and get a victory in the end by penalties. That, to me, is the catalyst of what we need to do to move on. I don't want to see overhead kicks or skills. That doesn't mean anything. We want to see the team as a whole show a whole new attitude adjustment to enable us to go forward in the Premier League. Every game has to be like that. So from all these highs, this is the true test now, isn't it, Cammy? All these highs of playing, turning up for the cup final, which is like a big game Arsenal, big game Liverpool. We turn it up, we're switched on. We cannot let it slip. We have to come with the same flipping attitude, even against the relegation for the teams like Southampton. We're at home. We've been away against Liverpool, we've been away against Arsenal. It's like we're bringing this new glorified aura that we have to the Old Trafford Stadium. The fans expect us to go there and not just win 1-0, but win convincingly 3 or 4-0 to say we've arrived, because our attitude has changed. And the players will love it, because the fans will applaud them for seeing that sort of desire and the want to win and the pride they would have for playing under Amorim. That's what the fans want to see. Forget about the technical stuff. They want to see us battle first of all, and then whatever comes from that, you create your own luck by battling so hard, don't you? And the manager's done really well. We've done really well to get at this stage. Obviously, we've had some bad results. It's been a bit rocky, but sometimes when you lose, you really win. And when you lose, he identified certain things. He's realised, some people aren't at the races. Hence why we were talking about Rashford not being at the club anymore, not getting games. These are things that reveal themselves. So by removing Rashford, we've had two great performances. I'm not saying it's to do with him, but you taking that out of the, like you have a bad apple in fruit bowl, that would affect everyone else, and all the other apples would end up getting rotten, won't they? It's the same applies, I think, with all clubs. You need to have a good harmony in there and remove anyone that's bringing discontent or anything like that to the club. So I'm really interested to see if we have that huddle, have that same desire, that fight. Even if we get a man sent off like we did that with the Low, I'm not disappointed like that, because this is showing that desire. Right, I'm going to get that ball. You know, I don't mind that. I don't. If you're going to get sent off for petulance and arguing or whatever, that's stupid. But I don't mind you get sent off for something like that. That just shows the ethos of the team right now. We are battling for everything, and we need to do the same against Southampton, regardless of where they are in the league. That's what I want to see.
Guys, before we go any further, just hit that like button. If you are new to it, just subscribe to it. We are on the road to more than we were yesterday. We're on the road to 4K.
That's a good one. I like that one. We're on the road to more than we were yesterday.
Yeah. That's all we could ask for.
Yes.
Obviously, we've got our team prediction up. Obviously, I did ask. Let me move this. Let me sort with you, Cam. Yeah. Obviously, I did ask Yaba to get me his team, but he was busy. So I've got Bathtime's team instead. There doesn't seem to be too much change. Guys in the chats, do you agree with the teams? Whose is the best team? I know there's probably only one change, you know, Bathtime. I'm not sure he really wanted to put Bayinda in, but he made sure it was easy for me to know if I made a mistake. I think what he did say, in all fairness, was that after the performance that Bayinda had, he believes that he should be starting this game. I'm not sure if Bayinda now is trusted enough to do a league game, but he's definitely, hopefully, he'll be the FA Cup goalie. And maybe the last game of the Europa League. Not saying when we haven't got anything on it, but yeah, when we haven't got anything on it. Hi, Suze. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing really well. So I've gone with Yaba. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just telling them that you didn't send me your team. So
I did actually. I can prove it. Go look. You see?
Oh shit, you did.
I did, yeah, I did indeed. Did you ask Cammy for his team?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No.
I don't mind. We can focus on these. We can pick these apart.
I have mine in the head, so I can fix it up.
Me
Don't
too.
worry.
I've got mine on the phone. So yeah,
all right.
Let's go ahead. I'm interested to see your, because and there's one talking point that's going to make me laugh. But yeah, let's go ahead with this.
All right, so we've got I've got Onana, Martinez, Delit, Euro, Ahmad, Agate, Collier, Mazraoui, Mainu, Bruno, Xerxes. Bathtime has gone virtually the same team, bar Bayinda in goal, and he's gone Delit instead of Euro, and Maguire centre back. Yaba, what would you do differently to what we've got on here?
Well, as you can see, my team, big thing for us is Dalot is out, isn't he? And Dalot's been playing on the left wing back position, so we have to find someone who's going to fit in there. Both of you have gone for Maz. I wasn't sure about that. I put Maz as a centre back, the right sided centre back to start the game with Maguire and Martinez, and I dropped the lit. He played pretty well the other day, but I thought Maz has to play, and it's a good opportunity to get him in the side and play. I think Delit, we have to be careful of him because I just think because he's always stretching his last-ditch challenges and all that kind of thing, he's ready for an injury, in my opinion. He's someone we need to sort of tread carefully with. The issue is now, who do we play at left wing back? And I think who did I go with? I went with Anthony on the right. I brought Anthony back in the side, and I put Malacia. I put Malacia as left wing back for this game against Southampton. One, because I think it's an opportunity to rotate the squad after 2 tough games, even though we've had a break in between, and bring in these other players to give them a run out. Because we've got 5 subs, we can always drag people off after 33 minutes, as our striker there knows on your team. It's always possible we can make that decision. So I thought I put Malacia on the left wing back. I put Anthony. I would start with Anthony, right wing back, and that way you can have a selection of people to play in that box midfield, whether it's at the bottom or the top. But in the midfield, I definitely had Agate. I had Kobe as well, and I would start with Ahmad and Bruno with Rasmus up front. That's my team. I'm disappointed. You know, I think a good talking point here would be why you started with Xerxes, and Collier is in the team for both of you. And the other big talking point, which I think Cammy needs to sort of address, is Mainu. Is his best position as a 10 or down the bottom there of the box?
Wow. I think let me give my team and then I can go with that question, right? Is that okay?
Yep.
So my team is similar to Bath Time's team. So I would have Bandia, and I'll give a reason why to that. And because I think it's important with what happened with the penalty save, his performance during the FA game away. I think it would be nice for him to have one, more of like a tryout again at Old Trafford. Let him get his flowers. Let him feel, the song sung for him. Let him soak in the atmosphere. A home atmosphere. Give him another go. He's feeling himself. I think it'll be good for his confidence. Even when he comes back to the bench, he'll feel like a part of the team complete. So I want to have him in the goals. And then I'll keep the same back line as the Arsenal game with Martinez, Maguire, and De Ligt. But I do understand what Yaba said. I didn't want to change it just because he said it. I already had it in my mind. So trying to keep track of De Ligt's fitness. I totally get where you're coming from there, yeah, but I can understand you taking him out of the team. So I can even swap him with you, Lenny Yoro. So I'm flexible with that position. And I would go with Bazraoui on the left, and then left back, and then Kobe Mino with Ugarte, same two of them in the middle, and then I would bring Anthony to the right wing back, and then have Bruno and Ahmad on the top two tens there, and then also bring Zexi in. Because I think Zexi needs to start. Holland has had a lot of bad games. I think it's time for him to touch bench for a bit. Let's give Zexi a brief good run of games. So to your question, Yaba, about I think Kobe plays. I haven't seen him that much for me to just jump into the bandwagon of putting him on the top 10. Yes, he looks good. I think he can do good because he's very good on the ball and he loves to take those shots. We've seen from last season the goals he gave us. So I really think he can play that position, but I haven't seen him yet. I'm beginning to enjoy the partnership with Ugarte. As what I saw was so nice. He helps out Ugarte because he's so good on the ball. He's similar to. I don't want to, let me not look like I'm blowing my horn too soon here. Like he's very press resistant. He's going the, Sergio Busquets way of like getting out of tight spaces very easily, without making effort. Just one shoulder drop, looks back, he's there. So he gives Ugarte that that skill that he doesn't really have. Ugarte is just tenacious. He'll just come in, butcher everybody out, get the ball. Kobe Mino is close by, and Kobe can quickly take it out of space, run with the ball, and push it up front. So I really want him a bit deeper. I don't want to see Bruno in that next to Ugarte. That I really don't want to see. I want to see Bruno. Bruno is supposed to be arriving at the goal like he did with the goal against Arsenal. So I think for this one, for the next few games, I want to see the partnership of Ugarte and Kobe Mino flourish, and they should get to know each other more, and then have this young lad Kola come on in and help out. He looked really good as well. So that's my team, and that's the position I think I want to see Kobe Mino for now. I want to see him deep with partnering Ugarte.
So Anthony, what both of you? I've noticed that nobody in the chat's team had Anthony in. What's your thoughts on Anthony? Is it just a strictly rotation thing?
No, I think for me, I don't know, Yaba, maybe if you agree with me, I feel as though Anthony, every time Anthony has started the game when he's playing right wing back, they play very well with Ahmad, because Anthony, obviously, we've blamed him. We can't take on a man in the wing. He can't. I've come to believe that's not his game. Anthony plays well in those. No, I think Anthony plays well with those, tiki taka, like pass, exchange passes where here's one, let me go in quickly, here's a little loop.
When have you seen him play well for us, Kenny?
He's had good cameos when he's come on with
What's cameos? 4 minutes.
Yeah, but like, no, Mr. B, there's no way we've seen him play well, like do very well with Ahmad. Like he's assisted Ahmad in the corner is done. He just hasn't done it very often, but it hasn't been terrible. And he hasn't played that many games, Mr. B. Like, to be honest, he hasn't been terrible for us.
Why do you think he hasn't played many games?
It could be because the managers got better players there that can do a better job, obviously.
Right. So, a game that we need to win, you are now going to be acting like Oxfam and become a charity shop. Brother,
no,
you can't do that, man.
But
Let the game be won. Let the game be won. And then you bring off, and then you bring on the trash.
No, but I'm working with the fact that we don't have Dalot. So the person that I think, and the person and Anthony has the legs to drop back. He drops back. He can track back. He does track back very well.
Like a horse.
You know the thing is with Anthony, it's an opportunity to give him a run out.
Why?
Like the Cammy said, we got the issue. Dalot's out. He got sent off. So we have to play somebody. And why not play Anthony on the right-hand side? Give him a run out at home. We're not playing away. We're not playing Arsenal. We're not playing Liverpool.
So who are you playing on the left? So who are you playing on the left?
Play him on the right. No, I'm playing Malacia on the left.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I think Andy could do a good job tomorrow. It's less pressure for him. He'll be in front of a home crowd as an opportunity to get some game time. Who knows? Someone could be watching. Some rich Arab could be watching and saying, sign that man up, and we get our £70 million back.
Oh, yeah, well.
He might just score a curler.
It would have to be some curler to be worth 70 million. Nah, we've got no chance. Big up early doors. Well done on your first win today.
Yeah, man.
They won 3-2.
That's a tight game.
Yeah, it now puts them above us though. Yaba. So yeah. So we'll leave that one for the minute. Agile Beast is coming with his team as well. No Hoyland. Oh look, no Hoyland or Anthony. Oh look at that, Yaba. Yeah, everybody seems to disagree. Look, let's have a look. Any Anthony or no Anthony or Hoyland either. Oh wow!
But the previous team had Bandier in it.
Who? Yeah, well, but to be fair, Bandier, if they played him again, it wouldn't be a problem. But let's not burst the man's bubble in it. Sometimes you're better when you don't play. He's had his game. Now he'll just sit down and drink some sickle juice for a couple of weeks until the next cup game.
Mr. B, you're a manager. What do you say to a guy who doesn't get any game time, comes in, gets a game, and gets his confidence shot up because a massive game like that, he'll be remembered like that. It's sort of like Makeda moment in a way where he's made an impact. But do you fizzle him out now? Do you say you dropped after that? Oh, what's that going to do for players' confidence?
He's not first choice, is he?
So you just to say you're not first choice. You played a man of
match. You're now the cup goalie. You're the cup goalie. You'll play against Rangers. You can say to me, play against Rangers on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Hey, we got Rangers in a week, innit?
Who's Rangers?
Rangers. Europa.
Rangers.
Europa.
We're playing Glasgow Rangers.
We got Glasgow Rangers, yeah, on Thursday.
You're joking me.
No.
How come? Oh yeah, of course. There's me thinking I'm still in that old school group stage.
Yeah. We got Glasgow. So give him that game. Give him that game. They both play one a week. So you give him that. Yeah, you give him that carrot. See if he keeps his dribbles up.
Say, oh yeah, here's a game for you. Give him
yeah. You'll now be my cup goalie. You'll play the next two thingy games. You got Leicester as well. That's 3 games he's penciled in for. You know what I mean? So I would rather do that. And guess what? Is Anana going? Is there African nations?
Johnny, is there?
Now with the qualifiers are now, yeah. So 2025, is it? Yeah, I think so.
So is there a
Yeah.
tournament?
African nations would have started already. It's usually just before Christmas they go off.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah,
that means
but
it
I
would
think
be here
there
then.
was a petition to move it because of the timing. So I don't know if it went through, but I'm not sure it went through. So let me just actually confirm
It's
that.
all right. Next year,
Yeah,
Johnny
it's
Hill.
next-
Listen,
next
man.
year.
We got some slick people in the chat, man. Don't watch that, man. They're on the ball, man. They're on the ball. Right. So we need to win 5-0 to get our goal difference back to 0. Can we have some score predictions, guys, in the chat? Can we have some score predictions? I'm going to go for a comfortable. We beat them 3-0, didn't we? When we played them and we saved the penalty, and Anana saved the penalty.
They scored in that game, I'm sure.
They scored in that game.
Yeah,
Did they score?
they
What
scored.
was the score?
Yeah,
Because I think that save was the save that saved us. Because if they,
yeah.
it
It was
God,
2-1 maybe.
it was
2-1.
2-1. Because if they had scored, they would have been even. Then Anana saved us.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I'm still going to go a comfortable. I think it's going to be 4-0.
Wow.
I think the team is going to turn up, and we are going to batter the shit out of Southampton. Honestly, I'm not going to say it's going to be, the performances like we had Arsenal, where everybody got an 8 bar Hoyland, 8s and 9s bar Hoyland. I think that it's going to be a game where somebody's going to be magnificent. Whether it's Bruno, whether it's Xerxes, whether it's Ahmad, I don't think it's going to be a team. It may well be a team performance, but I think there's going to be one player who just kills it. So I'm going to go a comfortable 4-0.
Wow. I'm just going to revert back to this. It's a Premiership. I know they're really struggling, Southampton. Did they get their manager sacked? Did the manager get sacked recently?
Yeah.
So who they got in? I don't even know who they've got in to replace him. Maybe we can look that up. I'm not sure. Not that it's going to make any difference. But a couple of players you want to pick out from Southampton is the young boy, Digby.
No, Dibbling.
Yeah, he was exciting when he played us last time around. Sort of left-footed right winger or right inside forward, whatever you call him these days. He looks like a young talent. He's been playing well, getting enough praises throughout the season. Beyond that, obviously they got Carl Walker-Peters, whose contract's running out. He's been a good fit for them. He stayed loyal to them throughout. And who's their goal scorer? I don't even know. Who scores goals for Southampton?
Nobody.
Who?
Nobody.
No, there you go. There you go. So in that case,
by the way, sorry, I was right. Yeah. Just so
it was 3-0.
I was 3-0. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yo, brother. What?
So you're saying Onana has had 2 saves? Which one were we thinking about, Yaba? That should have been in the cup game.
For some reason, I thought they scored in that game, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago. We've got poor memories here, especially. But anyway, going back to score prediction. Look, Southampton, I'm just trying to weigh them up in my head, and clearly the league don't lie. They're rock bottom. They're struggling. They just had the manager change. Is it going to be a manager bounce? I doubt it. I don't think they've got the talent in their side to do anything. Otherwise, would have shown something by now. We should be winning this game. We shouldn't be conceding either. I think there's been major improvements with the attitude. There's major improvements with stopping teams from playing through us. We've got to be compact as we always are and get a bit more comfortable on the ball, build up as a team, just suffocate them in their half, play our football, and let's just bury them. There's opportunity for someone who's playing up front, whether it's Rasmus or whether it's Xerxes, who came in the other day in a good cameo, for them to score some goals. They'll be licking their lips to play in a game like this against a weak team. If we get a goal early, it could be a score like Mr. B's saying there. But the way we haven't been scoring many goals lately, I can only go for maximum 2 goals in this. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Man United, but a comfortable win where we sort of start to demonstrate what we really are as a shape, as a system, and our identity going forward.
Wow, I'm surprised it was only a 2. So, honestly, I'm surprised it's only 2. Okay. We got some score predictions in the house. Cammy, did you?
I'm also going with the
Yeah.
I think I'm also going with 2-0. I've been thinking about it because
Really?
we don't have we don't score that many goals, Mr. B.
Oh,
And
the negativity. Well, I tell you what, right?
it's a 2-0 negativity.
Well, I tell
No.
you what, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get some scores up for you, and we'll see if 2-0's negative, right? Simon Warner has gone 6-0. Danny B has gone 5-1. Andrew Williams has gone 4-0. Steph has gone 5-0. Kieran has gone 4-0.
Whoa.
Yale has gone 1-0 or 0-0. He's matching you lot. Chiku has gone 4-0. Agile Beast has gone
9-0. That's ridiculous.
He's gone 9. V's gone 9-0.
9.
Listen, man. I don't. What do I call
TL?
You know what? TL.
Tender lover.
There you go. Yeah, tender lover. Yeah, tender lover. It's gone 3-0 with another. Oh, sorry. He's not predicting the score. He's telling us what happened in the last game.
It's confirming your.
Sorry.
I don't think he's given a score prediction, so we might as well give him that 3-0.
We're giving the 3-0. Simon has gone on 3-0, and we should be 3-0 up at half time. Ed Mayhem has obviously just banged his head, and he's gone 11-0. Tyrone has gone 6-1, and Anna will make a mistake for one of their goals. Retro has gone 4-0 with Anthony at left wing back. Yo, and Ed Mayhem. Yeah, Ed Mayhem definitely bust his head. He's gonna Maguire hat trick. Oh look, there you go. Look, he's changed. Kieran, I've changed. I'm going 10-0. Why not? And Johnny Hill has gone 7-0. Ahmad hat trick, Xerxes hat trick, Bruno Pen. Give me what I deserve. He's saying there. Look, obviously we're confident. We can feel the confidence in the chat. Bar the 1-0 and the 3-0. Look, even Simon's saying 3 points in the bag. I'm going to be disgusted if we lose this game. I'm still not going to do a watch along because I'm convinced that I'm the jinx. Until it wears off, I listen, man. I would rather watch the game, you know, at home, and know that we've won, than sit down on the stream. And when we lose, I'm blaming myself. So, you know, it's just what it is. There's desperate times, you know what I mean? Desperate times call for desperate measures, boy.
Absolutely.
So look, we will be look, we're confident. I don't see us losing. I really, really don't see us losing. By the scores, by your prediction, Cammy, by Yaba's prediction, by the people in the chat. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you.
And the people on TikTok. I've had scores of 3-0, 4-0.
They're also confidence as well, yeah?
Yeah, they're also saying, obviously, what they're saying, Johnny Evans could be going to Rangers. I don't know how true that is as well.
I thought you would, what, in January?
I don't know. This is what.
What's he going to do at Rangers?
I could know.
He's still going to have to run.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, guys, we're just doing a little try out. Got the TikTok world tuned in to the Man United agenda as well. So, guys from TikTok, make sure you switch over to the Man United agenda on YouTube and like and subscribe and join us in the chat and here, because you'll get more chat from here than you will from me. Looking at you guys, big upside, and
yeah, but you should shout out your chat, your TikTok names for the YouTube community.
Well, my TikTok is I usually use my TikTok for music, but I'm going to start incorporating the Man United agenda on TikTok as well. You can find me on TikTok on Yaba Forbes as my name as it's presented there. I think it's Yaba.Forbes or Yaba Forbes on TikTok. Yeah, V, I'm trying the thing. I usually use it for music, but I'm gonna do live shows when we go live. I do live as well from TikTok. So if we can, all your TikTok guys, come over to the YouTube and get our views up. Thank you.
Is there anything else to talk about, or is it a lack of notch?
Yeah, there's a comment here which I think we should read out. Do you want to read it out, please, Mr. B?
Yes, Yabba is the man. Just come across from Yabba's.
You see it there? I didn't type that. Big up Whiteheads 501. Yeah, enough respect. You know what I mean? So they're coming over. Thanks. Make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate all the lovely words. Make sure you join the Man United agenda, even if you're not a Man United supporter, just a football supporter. We just have fun.
You could come and abuse us when your team get licks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's no problem. We're going to be a winning team now. Actually, you know what? Shut up, Mr. B. Just keep calm until Thursday, and then we'll yeah.
He jumped right into his negativity bag without noticing.
Yeah,
I can't himself out.
Yeah, I can't redo that, Cammy, man. I'm not, man. But look, as I said, we will be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock. We've got the London derby that we will be watching. I really hope we bust their head. I really hope that Spurs twist their neck off tomorrow in that game. Maybe people in the chat will feel a little bit differently, but yeah, I really want us to do them. I really want Spurs to do them and put more pressure on Arteta. But look, I'll give you some. Yeah,
I wanted to ask quick before we actually we've spoken about Rashford, of course, Garnacho leaving, but I want to hear anyone that you would prefer coming in.
We ain't getting nobody.
Like, if you were to get a player, like, just one player from the ones that we are linked with, the players.
Well, okay, somebody that's a realistic one, yeah.
A realistic one that can help us with the.
I'll take the left back. I'll take the PSG left back because I think that is part of Amarin's DNA. I think he perfectly suits what he wants. If Amarin doesn't get a player in this window, they haven't backed him. They've stuck to rod up his ass. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. They haven't backed him. They're going to get rid of players, which they're trying to do, but they're not going to bring a player in. Bring him in the left back, even if it's one player. You got to bring him in somebody.
Yeah, I mean, regarding your choice there, Mr. B, Whitehead saying here, Nuno Mendes is the perfect profile. It's the complications with the finances. Let's just go back. Canny, do you want to give us a little background on Nuno? Because obviously he's got links to the manager and his former club.
Yeah, I mean, Nuno Mendes, for me, I haven't really. I know they've got links, they've got connection with Amirom, but I haven't really been like the best person to like watch him. That's why I wanted to ask more from you guys. I haven't really, but I hear he's a good wing back. It's his natural position, and he can play as a wing back and as a full back as well. He plays is good going forward. What I was wondering is that I didn't want that whole dynamic of going back to what we did with Eric Ten Hag, where he brings only the players that he's very familiar with, and then we kind of fall back into the same spiral of like, yes, he was familiar with these players, but were they the actual fit for the league? Were they the actual fit for the squad? Did we just purchase and put these players on our transfer, on our scout list because they were familiar with the manager? That's my fear with Nuno Mendes. That's why I didn't really do much research with him. I was hoping the scouts could actually just do their job and come up with players that are not really linked with him. Like this kid from RB Leipzig, Nene Dede something.
Is what the guy who we linked him from yesterday? With the,
from yesterday, because he has no proper link connection with Amirom. For me, that's what excites me, because now I know that the scouting system is doing its job. So I went in to look at him properly and see what he looks exciting. And as soon as I hear that, he's linked with Amirom, I detach myself, because I feel my trauma gets me back to Eric Ten Hag with Anthony and.
Yeah, but you got to look. But if you look at the Portuguese players, are a better standard of players than the Dutch players. Look at Agate. Any faults with what Agate's been doing? He was an Amarin player.
But he's not
I,
Portuguese player.
I do think I know we saw
Touche.
the negative side of the bit by bringing players that you're familiar with, like what Ten Hag
Yeah.
did with all the Dutch and connected
Yeah.
players. You know? But there's also a positive side to that as well, that the manager knows them. So Ugarte couldn't get a game at PSG, but the manager knows him, played really well under Sporting, knows how to get the best out of him. Certain players can go to certain clubs on different management and not get shine to their ability, you know. So I think going back to the PSG left back, he played at Sporting, was great talent, great young talent, was signed. Maybe PSG, because the size of the club, you can get drowned out and you might not get any games, you get shunned, and he can come to the Premiership. I'm saying he could come and perform well with a manager that knows how to treat him and knows how to get the best out of him. So there are positives to that as well. I do think it's an advantage when you are familiar with a player. The player you're talking about from RB, I don't know who he is, but we don't know him. It's going to take a while for the scouts to know him personally. What does he get up to? Does he go nightclubbing? Is he settled down? Is he got good temperament? Can he handle the move? Can he, all these things that come and go into account. But this is what scouts should be doing. It's not just about the talent. They need to understand the character of certain players as well. So I don't know who'd be a good fit, to be honest. I was hoping. I'm watching Liverpool this year, and I'm really impressed. They didn't make any signings in the summer, but only Chiesa. But he's injury prone. He hasn't really hardly had a game. Scores against weak teams like Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Yeah, but I think they've done really well to coach their team to be like 7 points clear. Do you see what I'm saying? Without the addition of players. So I'd really be impressed if we don't sign anyone this window, based on the financial thing, just build up and work with the players we got and see what we can do with real coaching, real development, something we haven't really seen under the club for a long time. It's not just the solution isn't always,
all right, but
throw money at the club and buy players.
I get that.
Let's see if the manager can really earn his worth.
I get that, but they pulled him out of his team were unbeaten in the league. They were top of the league. They were clapped. They just beat Man City. You brought him to the club. Fine, you're paying him money, but you're not giving him the tools to work with. That's my point. You know what I mean? United always talk about summer. Oh, we're going to do this in the summer. I say I'm not going to do a transfer window because we don't buy nobody, but you get excited because you're linked to the players. You know what I mean? All of a sudden you're on transfer market. You're looking at how fast they are, their passing range, blah, blah, blah. That's what gets us excited, but it's all shit. Because how much of these players are we linked with that do we ever buy? None. You know what I mean? We're now scrapping around for loans. We've got 14 days and it's all dependent on Rashford leaving. How is it dependent on Rashford leaving? We had this conversation yesterday about the wages. We need to sell players. We need to sell a player, at least one player, even if it's for 10 million. You know what I mean? That gives us a 30 million something that we can work with. You know,
I always say it's quality over quantity. So if we are going to sign someone, it has to be the right person. Arsenal, for example, they've been screaming for a striker for years. I think they're quite smart because they're not just buying any striker willy. They're waiting. They're waiting. They're saying, right, let's wait and get the right person rather than just throwing anyone in. You have to be smart these days. And this is what the financial restrictions make clubs do. You have to make smart moves rather than just piling numbers.
I've been agreeing with you. We've been in the same, except for that when you add smart and Arsenal with striker in the same sentence.
Thank you.
That's where I draw the line.
Cammy, you must be buzzing after the game the other day. I haven't spoken to you about.
Oh my God! I think it's the reason I even triggered my because I was screaming so loud. Yeah, I think I triggered my flu, my cough to start because of that. I was all over the place. I was watching it with the missus, and she's a newly Manchester fan because of me. So we've been together 2.5 years now. So she's 2.5 year United fan by default.
Good. Well trained.
Well trained, absolutely. So we were by the local pub. It was just it was amazing. It was I screamed so bad. I was buzzing. But the funny thing is that with this YouTube is like after the game, after a win like that, I couldn't wait to come back home because I wanted to go and open my computer. I was like, let me see what's happening in the Arsenal world, in the United world. You know, I felt bad. I was like, no, I need to change. Let me stay away for a little bit. No, it was a very good confident booster. We needed it, and I hope that helps us get into the next game with belief in ourselves, so that we can carry the day. Like Mr. B said, we go 4-0. That's a bonus for me. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Right, guys. It's time for me to have my apple cake, my apple pie, my apple crumble and custard. So yeah, you listen. That's what I do.
Ginger tea and lemon.
I just got a few pistachio nuts left over to munch on.
Well, look, I think I've got the best deal out of that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Can I just get it? It's just right here, the style of something, and I can read on it.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Let me just quickly do that.
Okay. Remedies. Apple crumble. Is it apple crumble you got there? These are.
It's as the tray bake, man. It goes in the microwave for 1 minute 20.
Yeah.
So it comes out the microwave. You put it in for a minute, and then you put the custard around it and put it in for another minute.
So it's a star of anise.
Star and then
Yes.
N-A-N-I-S-E. Okay. Where do you order that online? Do you get that delivered?
You can buy it at, you have any Asian shops?
Yeah. When we say Asian, I mean, this is what gets me. In America, you say Asian, it means Korean. In the UK, you say Asian, it means like Indian or something. Asia is a huge place. It's like when we say someone's African.
Well, I'm in Sweden. When you say Asian
or Moroccan, it's
so they come out their stars like that.
Is that a natural thing?
Yes, it's a natural. Yes.
Oh wow. So what do you do with
Oh
that?
my God. It's you add this in your ginger tea, your lemon.
Yeah.
Oh
it
my.
dissolve?
It does not dissolve. It just brings out these natural aromatic. Oh my goodness. You're never gonna have any tea without this.
I'm gonna go online and check that out.
Check it out. Yeah.
It's on the video now, so I'll be sure. Thank you so much, Danny.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be immune next year and no more.
Oh, and you can check out the benefits it has, and the Asian medicines. It's very good. So
you're talking Oriental.
Oriental, yeah.
I bought it.
It's Oriental. Yes.
Brilliant.
It has the writings. I don't know what it's saying.
Okay.
Maybe it's saying, please do not eat me. Do not boil me in lemon.
Don't add lemon. Yeah, exactly. Right, guys. I need to eat, man. I need to eat. Right. We will be back tomorrow. We said we will be back after the London derby. And we'll catch up on any other news. But I'm just listen, something needs to happen tomorrow, man. They need to get somebody out of the club, man. It's doing my nothing. But look, it's a lack of notch from me.
Big
lack
up.
of notch from me.
Yeah, lack of notch from me. Sorry, Bex is saying big up to Mr. B.
Thank you.
TikTok, enough respect. Yeah. All right, lack of notch from me. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow after the game, 10 p.m.